Hi, this is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today. I'm in San Jose at the eMetrics Marketing Optimization Summit with Bryan Eisenberg, a conversion specialist, multiple author, and good guy. And what I want to talk with you today is about product pages. We'll do this in two parts. So where do we start?
Well, yesterday at the conference I did a conversion makeover clinic. And when Jim contacted me about the clinic, we were trying to find who I was going to break apart, so to speak. He said, well, would you be willing to work on Land's End? They happen to be here. I'm like, sure, it just happens to be one of the top converting websites on the web.
Exactly.
No challenge. I said, absolutely, let's go take a look at it. And I picked apart a few different pages, but one of the key pages that I thought was really critical and they had a lot of opportunity for was their product page. And you can see here that the product page really, what was happening was the flow was wrong on the page. And two main critical areas that I think they made a big mistake in. Number one, the add to cart button was below the fold.
Okay. Add to cart button needs to be above the fold.
You always want to get it as
Why?
above the fold. Just to make it obvious for people.
Okay.
The other thing is that, and I've seen this very important, especially for something where you add multiple products in, I don't want to have to keep scrolling down the page every single time I want to add a new product. Right? I look at the picture, I see it, I like it, got my options, I click add to cart button. And that's kind of the way you do it with clothes, right? If you want to pick 5 different polo shirts, you don't need to keep scrolling down, choosing. It was just too much work. So we're going to reshuffle that. The other one is because of the way the page was laid out, the recommendations that they were adding were invisible, right? Just sitting there on the right-hand side, nobody's really going to look at them. And so,
recommendations like what?
If you bought this product, you would also like, right?
Oh, okay, kind of the cross-sell.
The cross-sell and upsells, yeah. So I said, okay, well, let's reshuffle the page a little bit. I'm not going to add any new elements. All I'm going to do is reshuffle the buy flow to make it a little bit more intuitive for people. So you can see here the new mock-up I did, and by the way, no professional artist, just literally just cut here, move this here, move this here.
Okay.
And what I created was what I like to call a ready-to-buy area. What I did is I put all the buying options. So, the product exact description of what it is, the model number, the price, the quantity choosing. They have the ability to ship it to you or to somebody else to choose that. Any of the other details they also have the ability on other products for monograms, so you'd put that there. And then finally the ability to add it to cart, and it's all in one discrete area.
Okay. Above the fold.
Well above the fold,
okay.
Up into the right-hand corner. And this is something that Amazon's done for years. I know you've seen it in my book, Always Be Testing, where I show the progression of Amazon's ready-to-buy area over the course of the year and how much they've tested that. So we've seen that to work phenomenally with clients. So there's a number of things there, and I also think they could test their add to cart button, and they know they want to test it as well. They couldn't give me any data, so I had to do this kind of on the fly.
Yeah. Well, you'll probably never know, but it'll be interesting when they do the testing to see how much this will make a difference in their actual conversion.
Well, when the analyst saw it, he was just blown away because they had work on other variations, but they
Sure.
never came up with a variation that shuffled it right there. And they said, even a tiny impact can mean millions of dollars.
Exactly.
So really important.
That's one of the things about testing. It's not the tool. A good tool is important.
Absolutely.
But it's knowing what to test and having enough understanding and experience and creativity to be able to say, we need to test that because I've had some experience and that might really give you an opportunity.
Exactly. And there's two things to that. So one, it's also when a lot of the tools won't talk about testing, tons of variations, and the problem with that is you need to have the traffic to kind of do that.
That's right.
Right. We've talked before about testing on low traffic sites, and so it's hard when you have lots of variations. So like this one's like, I didn't really change any of the content, but it's an extreme variation in terms of the buy flow than the current one. So I would test this as an A/B.
When you say the buy flow, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so one of the things that the analyst from Land's End, when he saw the page, is when he says, oh yeah, I see, you look at the page, you get the product name, you see all the different color patterns that we have in swatches for the product, then you can choose your size, and then if you need more information, because it's clothing,
sure,
right, sometimes you don't need all the details, it's right there and they have a couple of tabs for it.
So it's the logical order in which someone is looking for things before they make the buy decision.
Correct. And oftentimes, even on lead generation sites, people have the buy flow really bad. And it's really just a question of just shuffling things up and testing that, because you don't know what order is going to matter most. And again, knowing about personality types, right? Someone who's competitive may not want all that detail up front. So you've got to kind of test it and balance it and see what's important.
So in this Land's End example, you moved the buy button above the fold and you made the cross-sell more visible so that people will be able to look at other choices.
And it's interesting, the cross-sell is actually in a less visible spot because it's below the fold, but it's in a logical order as you're progressing through the page. And it's and the way their page is designed, you have the product images, you have additional product images, and so you're kind of looking at it, and then right across from it is those those recommendations. The other thing that's really important with recommendations, and I'm starting to see some kickback from consumers on this, is why is that product being recommended to you? Is it because you just want me to buy it? Or are you just trying to sell it to me? So I think some transparency into why this happens. I mean, the other day I was shopping for colognes and perfume for my wife, and I went ahead and I was trying to buy something. So I found the one that she actually uses now. And I said, I'd love to buy something new for her. And they gave me recommendations, and I'm like, well, why? Why are these the recommendations? Is there any logic behind it? Is it because, is there a particular scent?
They have a higher profit on those items.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Yeah. But I think consumers are really starting to see that as a concern because everybody's doing upsells today.
Well, Bryan, thanks for sharing with us about this. Now, there'll be part 2 to this video, so make sure that you watch that. But Bryan, tell me about your business and what you do.
Yeah, so Future Now got started in 1998 to solve one problem: fix conversion rates. So it's the only thing we've been doing it unfortunately way longer than most people even before they cared about it. Yeah. And now we have a software service solution where called OnTarget, where we do we monitor your website 24/7, and we provide you every month with a to-do list of what you need to do to improve those conversions. So you don't have to worry about analyzing all your data or looking at usability tests. We do it for you.
And I was happy to see that it's priced so that small businesses, some of them anyway, can afford this and will make a lot of money as a result.
Yeah,
thanks, Bryan,
been my big passion
for sharing with us. This is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today.